Yeah, back in the field with the Track Stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. For all things Track Stars, make sure you go to trackstarswithaz.com, follow us on Instagram, and like the Facebook page. Well, it is a special day for us. Special day for us. We got the Reach team in the building, the A&R team. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, Ace and Drake.
What's up, y'all? This is Ace Harris, A&R at Reach Records, man of God, family man, producer, all that good stuff. And with the amazing, young A&R killing it. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's going on? This is Dre Hunter, director of A&R at Reach Records. Just God-fearing young man, just trying to help the music community and, bring some positivity back into space.
Awesome, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
First of all, we had a chance to connect with Dre earlier in the year. Dre has been great, just getting to know you, man, and what you've been about and what you brought to the table. And now y'all got this great project that just released. Let's talk about it.
Man, go ahead. No, go ahead, Dre. Kick it off, man.
Yeah. Summer 23, man. Amazing project, man. A lot of amazing CHH artists in the space. Some new faces, came and just gifted us with their creativity. Ace started the whole summer brand, summer playlist brand. So definitely would love to.
No, it's the 6th year. So
it's the 6th year. Okay,
yeah. Started in 2018. 2018. Okay. And it was something that we did just to create a space for community and for something unique, something different. And I didn't know it would kind of be something we do every year, but it kind of just developed into something that has been a really good opportunity for others and a way for us to kind of highlight, the other artists, not just signed to our roster. So I love it, man.
Yeah. Now talk about the artists that you guys selected this time around.
Man, well, the A&R team, man, when something's being done for 6 years, there's always a fight or need for it to be innovative, to grow, to evolve. So this year it was we all were kind of scratching our heads, all right, what do we do this year, man? So we're trying to just keep it fresh. And shout out Dre. Dre had this really great idea. You could talk about it, but he basically brought artists in the building through this Camp Unashamed ideation. Maybe you could say a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so Camp Unashamed was just about bringing artists that normally would not be in the vicinity of each other and just bringing them into space to collaborate. Okay. And seeing how that goes, you know what I mean?
Who all was there?
We had Toya Love, Reese Lachey.
I try.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, Reese Lachey, Rich Then Famous came through. I gotta tell y'all a story about that too.
Yeah. Jay Boski produced, Jay Newton.
Yeah.
Child Like CC.
Yeah, Zay Bands came through.
Mike Teasy came through. Reese Lachey, you already said that.
Yeah, man, it was just so many. And then we had Fireman. That's Kanye's, one of Kanye's producers. Came through. So yeah, man, it was dope.
Yeah.
So is it like you guys are selecting the artists to be invited to this, or you're inviting artists out to be selected?
Shout out Dre and his DMs.
Yeah. Going and that's the story of Rich Then Famous, man. So it was just finding artists and selecting them to come on. I did a Google Doc where I was like, yo, fill out this information. I'm gonna go check out, literally checking out. I think it was 300 submissions, and going through 300 submissions and just checking out and seeing who's just on top of their game right now. You know,
that's like a Christmas list.
Yeah. So what's crazy is Rich. Shout out to Rich. He did the Blessings record with Jay Newton. I missed him on the list. You know what I mean? I didn't see him on the list. And then what happened was he DM'd me hey man, what's going on? How you supposed to get invited? And right there, and I just checked. I said, let me go check him out right now. And I seen that he had a song, and the song was just I pay attention to quality. The song was just so well done. The videos, the visual looked great. So I was like, this is somebody who takes their craft serious. And once I seen that, I said, yo, bro, you come tomorrow. Just pull up.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So sometimes it's just about like how you're carrying yourself too. You know what I mean?
Dope.
So you DM'd 300 artists?
No, so I put out a post
Okay.
with a link, and I told the artist
this is
that-
open to the public.
Yeah,
So then you had 300 submissions.
right.
Man, I'm surprised you had 3,000.
Man, listen, I had to close the submissions.
Here's the problem. People be like, yo, how we get with reach? How we get with reach? And so years, we was like, yo, Ace. Like, nah, I'll pass the torch to you,
Oh
brother.
yeah, fast and hurry in public.
Said forward that email real fast.
Yeah, that guy right there. You go to him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
everything.
So how long was this open for? Because it had to be like a cutoff as to like it should have been like 3 hours.
Yeah, so I did. I think it was like 3 days.
Whoa.
I just had it open for like 3 days. I just
Wow.
wanted to give everybody the opportunity to submit, and then because it literally started on Monday, and the camp was Friday,
Right.
so I had to like get them out quick.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody can submit.
Anybody.
Anybody. And all you
Anybody.
got was 300.
Yeah.
I feel like 3,000 people missed it.
Yeah.
And was,
Well, I think also some people know or knew that we're based in Atlanta.
Oh,
So like if you
gotta-
were
yeah,
out of
yeah,
state,
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
we
right.
weren't like providing you a travel stipend.
Yeah.
I'm providing my own travel stipend.
You got to pull up.
No, for that, I'm
if
providing
you,
my own.
yeah, if you got to work or if you got family, you got to kind of like. So it's a music business, even though
Yeah.
we all for the kingdom, but the music business is a rapid paced business, and so you got to kind of
Yeah.
strike when the iron's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By any means necessary.
It's crazy because randomly out of nowhere we got an email like, "Hey, we saw your brand on YouTube, social media, and we want to invite you to the BET Awards. Do y'all want to come?" And we was like, "Yeah, we're coming." Like they gave us 6 days notice, but we came. You know? We were like,
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
we're gonna be there.
Yeah, what we talking about?
Right.
Opportunity comes knocking,
right.
and the ones who are ready, actually go through the door. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, next year people gonna be up on this game because they
It's not game.
seriously, like,
not
they're
a
gonna-
game.
What is it? Is it hustler mentality or common sense?
No, I think it's the ones that see it and say, "Hey, I want to take my career to the next level.
Okay.
Right.
Let me go do this."
I'm setting
Absolutely.
up my alert right now. Like
Right.
if I'm,
Right.
if
Well, I
I'm
mean,
an
here's the
artist-
thing. They may do other playlists. You never know. I mean,
Yeah.
these guys talk about all types of stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And you never know what can come from Reach Records. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
yeah.
you never know.
Never know.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's get into the real. So who was it that put the twinkle in your eye this time that you was?
Ah.
Because every time we talk to you about the playlist, it feels like there's somebody out there that just stands out where y'all are just like blown away.
I mean, Toya Love is
I feel
on
like last
multiple
time-
tracks.
I feel like last time it was Portia. Y'all talking
Jeremiah, let's discuss now.
I mean, Toya Love is on multiple
Let me
tracks.
slide that in there.
I mean,
There's been multiple artists that have been on multiple tracks too.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, I was telling Dre before we went live that I used to talk to somebody at Reach that used to call me and be like, "Hey, yo, the playlist is coming out, but hey, tell me what you think about this person." And I was like, "Oh, yo, your new signee? Is that what you're talking about?" And he was like, "Nah. Just tell me what you think. What you think? Like, really pay attention and tell me what you think." And I'd be like, "All right, dude, I'm gonna pay attention."
Right.
And then next thing I know, I hear, "Oh, such and such just got signed to Reach." Like, okay, I knew it. Now the question is, like, are y'all where are y'all like now in the space of working with artists and building with artists? Where are y'all in that space?
I mean, we're always building and working with artists, not exclusive to the roster, which is the great,
Yeah,
platform of the playlist.
yeah,
In terms of new artists, I mean, we're always looking. I mean, it's not a mistake. People can always see when I follow somebody.
Yeah.
But again, I follow people. It's like what else? I know mainstream A&Rs have this like secret code. Well, that you talked about, they do not follow the hot artists. If you're a major, like I think
Right,
this
right.
A&R underscore Barreline who like found the baby, she was like, yeah, I don't follow no artists.
Yeah.
Because
wow.
once I'm alert, once I do that,
You alert everybody else.
exactly. We don't care because we really just be tapping in people on some like let's write some hooks.
Yeah.
Or Dre would be like giving people advice, but it's not leading to let's go sign. So
Exactly.
it's like a follow doesn't necessarily mean we But I feel like there's always opportunities for us to grow the roster. It just has to make sense. Something I've said before recently was the playlist is like a really good date. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in their honeymoon phase.
Yes.
We're on our best behavior, which
Yeah.
we should be at all times. Marketing team, everybody's just all the artists are on their best behavior too.
Yeah.
We love Reach, we love all this, and it's great. Being signed is like a marriage, where when a marriage you get when that proximity happens, you're up in front and close with someone. Now you get to see their flaws. They get to see your flaws, and that tension starts to happen. So
Yeah.
you want to make sure you're getting in marriage with someone who you can be close to, be real with, and still weather the storm of the tension that is inevitable to happen.
Yeah.
But before the honeymoon,
Yeah.
you got your eye on somebody.
For sure.
And you been on the corner like, they doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Ask your homeboy, yo, what you think
Yeah.
about such and such? Yeah, okay. And you in the corner, you still looking at certain people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's before the honeymoon, and you see how they do their thing, and you could be like, I could commit to that person.
Right.
Yeah, so Drake,
Yeah.
when you were going through the 300, did you get like a idea where you were gonna look for certain names and you were gonna control A, and then just delete everybody else? Like just
Nah, everybody got equal opportunity. So
really,
yeah.
Even if you knew how fire they were, you knew they were. I mean, like you spent time listening to 300 different individuals.
Absolutely. Like,
oh man,
just going through.
Shout out Dre.
Yeah. This is the thing. Like when you work in music for so long, you can see who takes it serious. You can see who really is like serious about their craft through their artwork on their page.
Yeah.
So I can immediately look at someone's Instagram and be like, yeah, he's not taking it that serious.
Oh.
So it was quick. Or I can hear the quality of the music like from the first few seconds and be like, oh, okay, nah, this guy isn't going to, you know what I mean,
not
perform.
ready.
Yeah, they're not ready.
Yeah, but I would say you give them tips on how to get ready because, like you said, like you're looking at artwork, you're looking
Absolutely.
at sound. I mean, looking at sound, but you're hearing the sound.
Yep.
What is something that you guys are looking for to attract that artist to be in a pitch at reach, or just be working with you guys? Like,
I feel like so authenticity, I feel like that word has become a new, like, cliche word, but it shouldn't be because that word is very potent. As in, and when something's authentic, it translates past, like, that was dope. It hits the soul.
Yeah.
And when somebody can express something that reflects who they really are in a dope way, you're like, yo, I connect with it. And I think that's what we look for a lot. Like, who's authentically them? Like, Rich and Famous was like, bro, that boy, he sounds like somebody who may have just found the Lord recently,
Right.
and he really turned his life around, and he's here to tell the word about it in his own way. And you can't deny that, and I love that authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, authenticity, talent, and then obviously there is an angle of, I mean, it's tough. You know, sometimes we want to make sure we're giving space for people who, I mean, Reach leans to like sometimes a more commercial palette, right? And so we don't always stay there, but there are sometimes artists who we think are really dope. They're really niche.
Yeah.
Like you could say a Tobe and Nigwe, who just they got a niche thing going, and they don't necessarily need to be on like a commercial label type platform to do their thing, and it may not be a great fit for both parties. You know what I'm saying? So
Got you. Okay.
I know that sounds like I'm being a hater or something.
No, that makes sense.
It's just the truth. It's
Makes
like
sense.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at the same time, it's like you see different people's platforms and different things of that nature, and you understand what works for people and then what works for your platform.
Sure.
And as a business model, like we was talking earlier, sometimes people think just because this posted, you guys are similar, y'all should work together, and it may not.
Sure.
Because your business practices may not work like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It may not work, but at the same time, you still want to see.
And there's things
those
that may not work in like a sign setting or whatever. We still may do it because it just makes sense for the playlist is a great hub to like do those things. Like we had an artist, what was that dude? 678 now.
7-8 now.
Yeah. And then last year it was Still Shady, like
Still
UK.
Shady, yeah.
I wouldn't say like our American listeners are like super tapped into the drill scene, but it's like we think it's so dope.
Yeah.
We're like, bro, I don't even care what y'all think over here.
Yeah.
Right.
This got to get highlighted. You
But
know?
then again,
Yeah.
Limo Blaze,
Yeah.
perfect signing. What's
Yeah.
going on in the world with Afrobeats and everything of what he brings to the table. And
Yeah.
we was talking about them. I was like, we had him on our Next Up list a couple years ago, right before he started doing stuff with The Truth. And we had him on our Next Up list. And it was like, yo,
Trackstarz be tapped in.
I mean, we got
Trackstarz be
a
tapped
team.
in.
Yeah.
Shout out to the team. Shout out to the Next Up list team that I'm a part of that be helping us out. But I think the thing is just trying to find those artists that are like people are looking for or they need. It's a need for, you know what I'm saying? Like we was kind of trying to talk about female hip hop. It's like there's a need for a different voice in female mainstream hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So I had a question. So when you got down to the elimination process.
Uh-huh.
Then what were you thinking when you got to? I mean, because obviously you took more than 12 artists, right?
Right.
The tracks,
Yeah.
you combined artists onto tracks.
Yeah.
So how did that process go for you?
You got to think about capacity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how we have 4 rooms. So we got 4 rooms. You know, each room has an engineer in it. Every artist isn't going to be able to record. So now I got to think about capacity. The thing is, if you know anybody that's been A&R for a while know, like if you got more than 5 people in the room, you're not getting nothing done.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's too many people trying not to step on each other's toes, especially in the Christian space. We are so polite. So we like, no. So
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Exactly. So I was trying to make sure that each room can at least like at the most maybe 3 artists at a time, maybe. But you know, so that came play into it too. It's like I want to make sure this artist actually gets some work done. You know what I mean?
And was it hard to like get a? I mean, basically, obviously, what you guys did was you all selected a beat, right? You had a producer, engineer in there, and then how were you doing with blending sounds?
Literally, I was just going off of people's vibes.
Okay.
You seem like you cool, and this person got your vibe. Y'all go in the room together.
Okay.
Dope.
You know what I mean? And that's
Makes
I
sense.
think that's another technique in A&R. You gotta be able to read people immediately. So it's like, you know, a producer would come in. I'm like, okay, this dude is laid back. This dude got high energy. It might not work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta just be able to read people and then place them in a room together. And that's all I was going based off of. And then maybe the sound, but I was looking for artists to push each other too. So I would put artists that didn't have similar sounds in room.
Do y'all have leftovers? Do y'all have tracks that didn't make the playlist that y'all may put out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got some joints. It's just. I mean, the A&R team, the screening process be tight.
Yeah.
It'd be tight. I mean, it's tough. Not just for them to be. It's me to them.
Oh, wow.
And then it's us to Lecrae, and then it's us to Lecrae and Ben, and then it's the intern, and then it's the marketing team. So it's not like.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We try to make sure something checks a lot of boxes for a lot of different palettes to ensure that we got something that can actually be something that a lot of people would enjoy.
Yeah.
Not just Ace. That's Ace's thing.
Can y'all talk about everything about the Reese Lachey, Tory Love, and Child Like CC record, and then how it became a music video, and like the whole money and not money, but like the whole process of pushing that record. Like you guys really were intent of like we got to make a video for this.
We got to start in the car. I think we was going to Nashville to do the Wild and Free record. So hold up. Let me just give Ace his props as a SVP, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
We had to go do a session in Nashville. Ace rented a car and drove the team to Nashville
Oh.
to get the Wild and Free record done
With Doe.
with Doe.
Fire
Like,
record too.
snap.
I don't know
Fire
no
record.
SVP that's doing that. You know
Yeah.
what I
Fire
mean?
record.
Like,
Yeah.
Man.
like no help driving, there and back,
I mean,
If you
same day.
If
If
So,
you've
okay,
been a part of
that's right.
Trackstarz for long, you know Ace is a humble beast. Come on, man. Y'all know Ace is a humble beast.
Yeah, I hate driving too. but shout out to
Labor
Jordan.
love.
Shout out the songwriter Jordan who wrote on that song. She was a
Absolutely.
great hang. So
Yeah.
what happened was
So we all in the car together.
on the car. So
yeah.
me, Dre, and then
Jordan.
Jordan, who's actually the sister of our other A&R,
Yep.
Alex. So her sister is a songwriter, so we use her a lot, and she wrote the song with Alex on the Wande song. So we're going up to Nashville with Doe to vocal produce, make sure the vocals is right.
Right.
So me, Dre, and Jordan in the car, and shout out to black women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When black women say something's dope,
Yeah. You gotta listen.
you gotta listen.
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
listen.
yeah.
I don't think that can be overstated. Like, folks, so Dre's playing.
Yeah, so I'm just going through like, yo, these are some of the demos. Here go one from Alex that Alex did the hook on, and you hear stay low. Stay low. And we all in the car like, hold up. This might be something. Jordan like, nah, that's dope. That's dope.
And she was like on her phone, I didn't pay attention.
Right.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope. We like, hold up, we got
That's
something.
dope.
And then Ace just, he put, we gotta, this is what we doing, and then, you can tell the story from there.
Yeah, I mean, once we heard that demo, because me and Alex had actually wrote some of those lyrics before, but anyway, once we heard that demo, it was like, oh, this could be so dope if it was like all women on this hard beat with this concept. So it was always that was like, man, that was probably back in like March, we had the hook and the beat, and then so we're just waiting for the right moment. So we knew at the summer Unashamed camps, when people were in the building, we knew we wanted to like assemble the right connection. But it didn't happen that intentionally. It was like we had the Unashamed camp. Reese Lachey was in town. Toya Love lives in Atlanta. And then Cece wasn't even in the room on the first night. It was me, Alex, Toya, Reese Lachey, and we're just I came in the room. They were working on something else, and I was like, "Yo, Alex, man, show them that Stay Low record." And then she put it on. The room was just going crazy. And it just her and Toya got in the booth, started vibing, and I had to go home because I had my wife was pregnant, and then I knew that the next day Cece was in town doing a show somewhere in Atlanta, and she was gonna pull up. She pulled up like at 11, 12 o'clock or something at the next day. Wow. And Alex and Dre were there, and she came through and cut her verse. Killed it. And then, I think after a few changes, we had the finished bounce, and it was like, I knew then that this song was going to be a moment.
So how would you recommend, how would you recommend an artist staying authentic, but then also being versatile at the same time?
That's a good question. I feel like, I think the authenticity is more so on your content. I think on the sonics, artists who I've seen have a lot of success are more able to be versatile. So I would say be more loose on your palette, on your sonics, but be more stubborn on your content. And I've seen that be a success. Sense. Sometimes artists get in that little bag where they're like, I don't do this, I don't do that. That's cool. If you are the genius of Toby and Nigwe, go build it. Great. But if you're not that artistically, individually dope, you might need some help to try you on different sounds to find what you actually are best at. And that's what I would encourage artists.
Dope.
Nice.
That's crazy. So, okay, let's talk about some of the favorites that you guys have on this project. First of all, I got to say, for me, reuniting Trip,
the OGs.
Oh man,
OG
Tadashi
love.
The Crave for the Texas Pete was dope. Talk about how y'all brought them in on that.
So it actually started. I think we was having a meeting. After the meeting, Alex started playing some beats. We played the beats, and then we just started freestyling. Me, Ace, and Alex.
We did freestyle.
We started freestyling to the beat. And then we came up with the Texas Pete hook idea. And then from there, I took the idea, and then I went over to my studio, and then there was a guy by the name of HQ Jones. Shout out HQ. But I brought him in. I was like, look, man, we got this idea, we got this hook idea, but I need better words on the hook. So he helped like arrange the words around.
Y'all's job so fun.
Then we invited Tadashi to the session. Tadashi pulled up and came and gave us that verse. And then from there, it was like, we got this song. Ace brought it back to Ace, like, let's send it to Trip. Let's see if, Trip would be dope on. So it's like, sometimes songs is like one at a time. Things happen, we don't know where it's gonna go. But as it's going, we like, okay, is this coming together? Played it for Lecrae. Lecrae like, this is crazy. We like, man, maybe this could be for the summer of 23. So we didn't know where it was gonna land, but it was just like, let's keep working. Dope. That's something that Ace kind of gives us, like, just keep working every day. Just do one thing a day, and we'll figure it out on the way down.
That was a special one. I mean, just to have them three on the record, the concept, Texas Pete, the lyrics, it just, the sound, that was a special one. Felt really good.
So, okay, so other songs. I mean, it's vibey. It's everything that you would want to be listening to if you're riding down your car. Like whenever I hear some playlist, I'm always thinking I'm in my car. When I'm supposed to be listening to this. Talk about some of the other tracks. Talk about how you guys came up with the balance of the project.
Sure. I think other standouts would be Mike Teasy's. His record Flip That. That's another one. I mean that record started one way. It went so many different directions. Dre kind of spearheaded that and brought in the drill vibe and the 6, 7, 8, and 8 on there. And then there's another record. Shout out Samuel Ash Alexander and Tommy Royale De Camino, which is like just a highlight to the to the Latin culture. They be the Uno Seis community, man, they be really tapped into the Reach crowd. And we've done projects and stuff before to highlight them, but I wanted on this year, I wanted to make sure, hey, we gotta have something to amplify those voices because, technically, Bad Bunny's like the #1 artist on Spotify. And he's all his music's fully in Spanish. And I think sometimes the Christian community, especially American Christians, we have this view of art and culture and church that we feel we have like the authority
Yeah.
on these expressions. When it's like there's other cultures expressing this
Yeah.
faith in their unique way, pass the mic, or not even pass the mic, go over to their place.
That's what
And see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because we ain't the only voices.
Yeah.
I don't understand the lyrics in De Camino.
Yeah.
But I once deep,
tried.
like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you speak a little bit. Okay.
No, I took beginner Spanish last year.
Okay.
But
Hey,
nah.
yo, Google
All right. Yeah, you tried.
I got I like Disney card. Like,
But I mean, the gospel is need to be spoken to people, and people need to
Yeah.
be speaking to everywhere they go.
Yeah.
So if that's trap, if that's
Yes.
reggaeton, if that's if that's drill, if that's whatever, you know what I mean. You gotta speak to that person because Jesus would use that same vehicle.
Facts.
That reminds me when everybody, they were given the Holy Spirit and people heard it in their language.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like my whole life people have been kind of telling me, oh well, there's hip hop and then there's worship, and I'm like, this is the same thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People can receive or worship. It's just a different language.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one in the Mwambe track with Limo Blaze and Wande, which is I know you're
Fire.
Nigerian, so you know.
Facts.
Hey,
Straight out the village.
And that one I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't all the Yoruba and the pidgin, but I know what it's. I know the heart behind it. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's killing, man.
Shout out E. Kodak Benny.
Hey,
You talk about DKG, man. Talk about
Demon Killer Gang.
Yeah.
Either we killing people or killing demons. You know, I'd rather it be a demon than.
Let's kill them, David.
with the Bible sideways.
Hey, the Bible,
Bible
side-
Blickies.
Bible Blickies, bro. Clip loaded, unlimited ammo.
How did he get with Lecrae? Like out of
Dre. Dre, let me say something. Dre is like DJ Khaled, bro. Like he's like the CHH. He goes and get these records done.
Dope,
That's what he
man.
does, man. So
I met Kai in San Antonio. I was out there with Breeze and Kai. So what happened was Kai's energy just was dope, man. Like he's just a humble guy. So when I met him, I'm like, man, this is just I didn't even want to hear any music, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like out there not telling anybody who I am. I'm chilling. Like I'm just here, supporting Breeze, man. I'm just here to see the show.
Yeah.
And then I met Kai. We talking, and then we get in the car, and I'm like, man, you dope, bro. Like he's like, yeah, man. And then the next day he had a show. He started playing his music. I'm like, the music is incredible.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So it was and when I came back, I really was just talking about who he was as a person. I'm like, man, he's such a great guy, man. Y'all just gotta meet this dude. Like, he's just such a great guy. Like,
Man, one guy
you know
do
what I
it.
mean? Yeah.
Do
So
it.
that's what made me really tap in. And then when he came here, we just started putting him in sessions and trying to figure out what the records. He came, and it was our project came through, and we sat there and did that record probably like 4 times. I was on him. I'm
Yeah.
on his head. He
Yeah.
gave me a whole. He went through, gave me a whole take. And I was like, nah, bro, it don't feel real, bro. It don't feel genuine. And he like, what, man?
Yeah.
I said, go again. He went again. I was like, you almost there. We gonna need one more.
Let him cook.
Yeah, right. He went again. He just started getting personal. I was like, yeah. That's
There
what
you
I
go.
like.
There you
So,
go.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
so yeah, that third take, we got that first verse, and then I went to our project. Was like, yo, we need to do a switch up after that, and then he did the switch up, and Kyle already was in the space, and he knocked that out in the first take. The second half of it, the switch up.
and Lecrae heard it instantly
Yeah.
knew he wanted to be a part of it.
Wow.
We had played him a lot of stuff that was on the playlist and trying to find the right moment for him, and
Right.
he it wasn't us pushing that on. He was
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
Dope,
Wow,
man.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so let me put y'all's budget on blast. How many visuals are we going to be able to see off of the playlist?
Social.
Operations,
'Cause I
digital
really-
department.
'Cause if you could put a little word out there, I really want to see what Texas Pete looks like visually.
For sure. So here's the thing about visuals. We're talking about visuals, and this is my 39-year-old self being honest. Man, when the last time people have went to go see a music video the way they would even 3 years ago?
Yeah.
I kind of still do.
Okay.
Well, you old. You're older. We're older.
People.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even like. This is where people are at. They're scrolling on. That sounds so. I had to say this with a little bit of guardrails. People are scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, now Threads.
Yeah.
And they're looking for
Yeah.
visual content. 10 to 15 seconds, sometimes 30. That's compelling. That's all we're doing for the most part. That's what the ministry is being spoken. That's where a lot of debauchery is being shown. And so visually, it's like, how can we capture people's attention with something dope, compelling, gospel-centered, fly in this medium?
Yeah.
And if it really makes sense for people to keep being captured that way, then we can look at a video that's a more full scale, which says that people have been invested in.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, I think we're in like a DVD to Netflix era with music videos.
Right.
It's not gone.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not as like a need unless it really makes sense.
I feel like for me, it helps me understand the story a little bit.
Sure.
Like I hear the song, and then when I see the visuals, I understand the story a lot better. So that's why I'm not old.
If
Jeremiah.
it's correctly done, though.
If it's correctly done.
If it's correctly
people just
done.
sitting there just doing this. And I've done that.
Yeah.
Just performance. I was like, yo, this could have gone on Instagram.
You could have just put this on Instagram. You save your little $3,000.
I was like, I learned that quick.
Get your iPhone.
But he's coming from a perspective of Lecrae, Tedashii, Trip, all your mature, older artists that we're used to being around.
That's
and
fair.
we're used to they're like our OG, like they're reach OGs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to see them thrive in the moment that they've thrived, and we're thinking about Jesus music. You're thinking about Don't Waste Your Life. You're thinking about Real Vision. You're thinking about all of Tedashii stuff. All those records they have together, and you're thinking of that format because we've seen them in that format.
That's fair. I mean, the Respect My Team video they did really well. And to be honest, I could see a video for Texas Pete artistically, aesthetically. I guess it just has to make sense for what does the marketplace want to see it
And the budget. And the budget.
Welcome to H-Town. Texas Pete. Welcome to
Hey.
H-Town. Go to
That's good.
H-Town. You gotta do it. You gotta do it in Houston, man. You gotta do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, damn.
That's crazy. Anything else you guys want to say about it? Like talk to people about, tell them what they should expect when they hear the full project?
I just want to say thanks to all the artists, all the fans, really for tapping in with us. I know that sometimes people have a view of Christian hip hop, and sometimes the commentary that I've heard before is like it's a small pond, so the fishes in the pond tend to butt heads a little bit. And I get that, right? But I do want to make sure that we're doing our job to not be the only ones, but people who have the platform to share, highlight, amplify other voices, and do that as best as we can. And I feel like, this is like, man, it just shows the world like, man, there's so much good Christian hip hop, Christian adjacent music out there that wasn't really there when I was a teenager. So this is like a banner to say, let's literally carry the generation and momentum forward.
Yes.
And if Reach can play a small part in it, then we'll be glad that we can.
A small part in it.
I think it's great because there's a humility that follows, because it's like if Reach is willing to collaborate, why not you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, all right, this is how you do it. This is the lane through which you do it, and this is the method. So copy it, please.
Yes,
You know
together.
what I'm saying?
Together.
Yeah. I definitely want to extend a challenge to the whole CHH community about supporting CHH anything, supporting CHH artists, supporting CHH media as well.
Yes.
I think that's important for hip hop. When the hip hop originally grew, it was the support of the bigger artists that came to those media platforms and did those interviews. So support Trackstarz. Make sure y'all hit this spot first when you release. You know what I mean? And then the other media platforms, Fresh Leftovers, whoever else out there. I'm sorry if I miss anybody. But just support CHH, support the media that's supporting you as well.
That's really good.
One of the big encouragements is to always tell artists where to submit music, right?
Absolutely.
And so, over at Holy Culture Radio, we've got 16 shows. Submit your music to Holy Culture Radio. It goes a long way.
And sign up for your sound exchange.
Yeah.
Come on.
All the advice you can give. I mean, it's dope. Man, we just appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
we
man.
appreciate you guys so much for being here, for lighting this fire and uniting all the artists together and what you guys do. It's first of all, being on the summer playlist is a rite of passage, right? It's opening up doors and opportunities, but it's also something we expect every year. We expect it now.
Oh, I know.
So, we expect it.
I know.
How early do you start getting calls about it? Like, do you start getting hit up in March?
Some dudes send me a submission like December.
Just make sure they're on the radar for the next year.
I ain't mad. I mean, I think the opportunity for us, not a challenge, because God's gonna work through us to do the best we can. Is like, let's how do we innovate the idea and keep it fresh, and not so that you guys. You want to expect it, but you don't want to expect it to be the same, and that's the opportunity for us to lead into. All right, how can we catch you? How can we catch you guys off guard with how it's done and packaged? We did something different this year. Was rolling out singles every 3 weeks or whatever over a 3-week period. So that's the opportunity, and I feel like we're gonna keep tapping in and just keep it. And shout out to the Reach Records team. Shout out D Diaz, Joe Malone, Shannon. Oh my gosh, she's killing. Everybody at Reach Records, man, that markets, promotes this stuff. Man, I be in the office, they be putting in some work on those contents and texting all those other artists who are not our artist roster about social media tips. You got, it was a lot of logistics that went behind to get in the artwork too. Kevin Hackett.
Shout out the interns too as well.
Clark, Elias, Zach, and then. Also, the mixing and mastering team, mixed. That's Jacob Bismores and Connor.
Okay,
it's like we got a whole assembly line, and everybody. I know it's just music, but we also want to highlight the people that we see put that hard work into getting that product, because there's a lot of details that hopefully you guys don't skip after 3 seconds. That's the whole that's like the challenge.
So the project is available out now on all digital platforms, correct?
Yes, sir. Reach Records link. The link's in the Reach Records bio to the playlist link, which you can. So obviously the link can take you to Apple or Amazon or Spotify or Tidal, whatever platform you use. There's a link to find the full playlist.
Yeah,
I know it's confusing for some people at times.
No, I was able to find it on YouTube. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, you just go to Reach Records and see the playlist.
That's on Spotify too.
Spotify too. You literally type in Reach Records.
Yeah.
But some people, it's not a album product, so people just get.
Oh yeah, because it is a playlist.
It's a playlist, so it's like Well, we want to keep it like that for now.
Yeah. Well, y'all are always welcome at this table.
Yeah, man.
I know Dre, we're gonna be talking later on about getting some of the artists in here to talk about it as y'all continue to promote and the rollout was great. So y'all keep it up, man. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Hey.